Welcome to the Genesis AiX Acquisition and Capitalization Strategy presentation. Today, we'll outline our patent-driven roll-up approach and reverse merger pathway designed to establish Genesis AiX as the sovereign AI infrastructure platform for the next generation of technology. Our mission is clear: to establish Genesis AiX as the sovereign AI infrastructure platform for identity, consent, autonomous systems, national resilience, and secure AI deployment. Our vision extends beyond traditional boundaries. We aim to unify advanced AI, security, quantum, aerospace, and compliance ecosystems under a single, coherent architecture powered by LifeStack and Semantic DNA. This unified approach positions us uniquely in a fragmented market. The current market landscape is highly fragmented. AI, robotics, security, and infrastructure companies operate in silos, lacking technical and operational coherence. This fragmentation creates a significant strategic opportunity for Genesis AiX. Our intellectual property provides the unifying framework that brings these disparate elements together, technically, operationally, and philosophically. Through a strategic roll-up approach, we can consolidate strategic assets, accelerate the deployment of our LifeStack and Semantic DNA technologies, establish a multi-sector footprint spanning AI, defense, finance, and infrastructure, and achieve a platform-level valuation lift that far exceeds the sum of individual parts. At the heart of our strategy lies a robust portfolio of platform-grade intellectual property. Genesis AiX holds foundational patents and technologies across 5 critical domains: LifeStack and Semantic DNA for AI governance and sovereign identity, photonic gateway for quantum-secure edge computing and anomaly detection, our bioquantum trading platform featuring multi-agent governance and KM nuggets, Starship ITPS and aerospace systems, and our mutation repair and sovereign AI safety layer. Based on comparable company analysis and sector multipliers, we estimate a conceptual valuation range of $200 million to over $2 billion. Critically, this intellectual property becomes the currency we use for acquisitions, enabling us to execute deals with minimal cash outlay. Our acquisition thesis is built on a fundamental value exchange using IP-driven equity swaps rather than cash. Genesis AiX provides target companies with exclusive or semi-exclusive licensing to our platform technologies, integration into our sovereign identity and consent fabric, a platform-grade uplift that can increase product value by 10 to 100 times, and access to public capital markets following our reverse merger. In return, target companies provide existing revenue streams that immediately contribute to our bottom line, experienced engineering teams, valuable data assets and customer relationships, government access and certifications that would take years to develop independently, and established market footprint. This structure allows us to achieve strategic growth without significant cash burn. We have identified 6 strategic sectors for targeted acquisitions. First, AI infrastructure and orchestration, including LLM agents, ML ops, observability platforms, and autonomy stacks. Second, robotics and edge systems, encompassing humanoids, drones, industrial robotics, and edge inference hardware. Third, aerospace and defense technologies, covering hypersonics, space systems, sensors, and defense analytics. Fourth, identity and governance solutions, including digital identity, privacy technology, KYC and AML systems, and enterprise compliance platforms. Fifth, behavioral and ontological systems, featuring behavioral modeling, ethical AI frameworks, and human-in-the-loop systems. And sixth, data ethics and critical infrastructure security. Each sector aligns strategically with our core IP and expands our platform capabilities. We employ a flexible toolkit of deal structures optimized for each strategic situation. Our primary mechanism is the IP for equity swap, where we provide platform IP in exchange for majority ownership. For high-value targets with significant revenue, we may employ traditional M&A using a combination of cash and stock. Asset acquisition allows us to selectively purchase patents, code bases, or engineering teams without acquiring entire companies. We typically pursue majority control rather than full takeovers, retaining founders and key leadership to ensure alignment and continuity. For situations involving regulatory complexity or geographic considerations, we utilize joint ventures and strategic alliances. Across all structures, our goal remains consistent: achieve strategic control while minimizing cash burn and preserving capital for growth initiatives. The reverse merger pathway provides accelerated access to public markets without the time, cost, and complexity of a traditional IPO. Our objective is straightforward: become a public company through a strategic reverse merger. The process follows 5 key steps. First, we identify a clean public company, either a shell corporation or an entity with light operations. Second, we acquire majority control using our IP-backed equity rather than cash. Third, we merge Genesis AiX into that public entity. Fourth, we rebrand the combined company as Genesis AiX Holdings. Fifth, we begin trading immediately on public markets. The advantages are substantial. No SEC S-1 filing process, no underwriter fees, no expensive roadshow, rapid access to public capital markets, and the immediate ability to issue shares for further acquisitions. This pathway can be completed in a fraction of the time required for a traditional IPO. We apply rigorous selection criteria to identify the ideal public company for our reverse merger. The target must have a clean capitalization table free from complex ownership structures or problematic shareholders. Minimal litigation risk is essential to avoid inherited legal liabilities. The company should carry manageable debt levels that won't constrain our post-merger operations. We prefer companies with existing NASDAQ listings to ensure maximum market visibility and liquidity. Leadership must be open to transitioning, either stepping aside or taking new roles that support our strategic direction. Finally, the company must have the operational flexibility to support a complete technology pivot to our AI infrastructure platform. When we identify the right target meeting these criteria, we can execute the entire reverse merger process in 60 to 180 days from start to finish. Once we achieve public company status through the reverse merger, multiple capital formation pathways become available. We can execute structured funding rounds from Series A through C and beyond, attracting progressively larger institutional investors at each stage. As a public company, we can issue primary shares to raise growth capital for platform development and market expansion. Our public status and sovereign AI infrastructure positioning will attract institutional investors, sovereign wealth funds, and strategic partners seeking exposure to critical AI infrastructure. We will be positioned to pursue significant government contracts with the Department of Defense, DARPA, Department of Energy, NASA, and Department of Homeland Security. Additionally, we can use our publicly traded shares to finance additional roll-up acquisitions, creating a virtuous cycle of growth. Throughout this process, our strategic focus remains constant, reinforcing Genesis AiX as the definitive sovereign AI infrastructure platform. Our integration model follows a clear architectural principle. Genesis serves as the unified platform, while acquired companies operate as specialized verticals. All entities share a common core consisting of LifeStack, Semantic DNA, Photonic Gateway, the Mutation Repair Engine, KM Nuggets, and our API bridge and security stack. This shared foundation ensures technical coherence and operational efficiency across the entire organization. We prioritize integration across 5 critical dimensions. First, governance alignment ensures all entities operate under consistent policies and decision-making frameworks. Second, technical and API integration connects systems and enables seamless data flow. Third, brand and narrative consolidation presents a unified market presence while preserving vertical-specific value propositions. Fourth, cross-IP licensing harmonization optimizes our intellectual property portfolio and eliminates conflicts. Fifth, talent retention and leadership stability ensures we preserve the human capital and institutional knowledge that made our acquisition targets valuable in the first place. The execution of this strategy produces a transformative outcome. Genesis AiX emerges as a publicly traded platform company with immediate access to capital markets and institutional investors. Our sovereign AI architecture becomes adopted across multiple sectors, from defense and aerospace to finance and critical infrastructure. Integrated subsidiaries accelerate platform deployment, bringing our technologies to market faster and more effectively than any single entity could achieve. We establish capital formation capacity at scale, enabling continued growth and innovation. Our defensible, multi-domain intellectual property estate creates sustainable competitive advantages and barriers to entry. We achieve national security alignment and global relevance, positioning Genesis AiX as critical infrastructure for the digital age. This comprehensive strategy transforms Genesis AiX into a civilization-grade AI infrastructure leader, a platform company that doesn't just participate in the AI revolution, but defines the secure, sovereign, and ethical foundation upon which that revolution is built. Thank you for your time and consideration.